Once upon a time in a quiet woodland, there lived a little fox named Fletcher. Fletcher was quite unique. He loved every single thing about his home, from the rustling leaves to the chirping birds. Fletcher had a particularly favorite tree, a giant oak tree that stood proudly at the heart of the woodland. It was the tallest tree with the greenest leaves Fletcher had ever seen. They shimmered like emeralds in the sunshine, giving him shade and comfort. One crisp autumn morning, Fletcher noticed something unsettling. The green leaves of his favorite tree had turned golden and began to fall one by one. Fletcher watched in despair as the leaves drifted down from the branches, swirling and twirling in the cool breeze. "Why are you leaving the tree?" Fletcher asked, his eyes wide with confusion. But the leaves just rustled softly, continuing their descent to the forest floor. Determined to save the tree, Fletcher tried catching the leaves. He ran around and around, reaching out with his paws to grab them, piling them all up beneath the tree. Exhausted, he finally sat down and thought to himself, maybe if he talked to the tree it would help. Fletcher pressed his little ear against the rough bark of his dear oak. "Please, we'll get through this," he whispered. "Don't let go of your leaves, I need you." But the tree, wise in many ways, knew that this was just a part of the natural cycle. The next day, Fletcher returned to his favorite tree. Only a few leaves remained, hanging on bravely. The ground was covered in a golden blanket. No matter how sad he felt, Fletcher couldn't help but marvel at the beauty of it. Just then, an old owl named Oliver swooped down and perched beside Fletcher. "Ah, young Fletcher," Oliver hooted softly, "the tree is not dying. It's merely preparing for the winter, and its leaves will grow back when spring arrives. It's nature's way." Fletcher looked up at Oliver with bright eyes. "Do you promise?" Oliver nodded. "I promise. Now why don't you gather some of these leaves and make a cozy bed?" Feeling much better, Fletcher collected the golden leaves and made a soft nest for himself. He nestled in and soon drifted to sleep, dreaming of the green leaves that spring would bring. And every day after that, Fletcher visited his tree, understanding that change was part of the wonderful rhythm of the woodland. Even though the leaves had gone, his favorite oak tree was still very much alive, promising more seasons of memories and joy. And so Fletcher learned to embrace the cycles of nature, finding beauty in every change that came his way.